at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, August 14th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you are someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I will do a bonus analysis at the end. So one quick clarification before I get started, I will be using the 30-minute time frame, which is what that 30 there represents, meaning each one of these candlesticks there represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol CXAI, very big mover today, and now a nice pattern here has formed. So let's first just start off with the support part. So for somebody that likes to play pullbacks, then an interesting level here from the support side of things. Let me change that to green for support. Right down here around $2.50. Looking back through the history of things, you can see right there, found some support. And then even there in the final 30 minutes, never quite hit it exactly, but found some support right around that area. Now, if the price does break through there, does that imply the entire chart's destroyed? I'm not saying that. But from a bigger picture standpoint, you definitely would want to see the price stay above those moving averages right there. Purple line being the 50-period moving average, and pink line being 200-period moving average. In terms of areas of resistance, main level to watch initially on any sort of movement back upwards, going to be right there at $3.32. Yes, you're not wrong to be talking about these highs up there as areas of resistance, but my main point is you're kind of getting a little bit ahead of yourself. Before you even put really any emphasis on those levels, in my opinion at least, it's all about, can the price break above that level right there? And in my opinion, if the price can't come up to that level and get a good high volume break, keyword there being high volume, then I think there is a good chance for the price to get up there and retest that area. But one hurdle at a time. Let's first see if the price can get back above that level there around $3.33. But all in all, big volume today, big price movement. So we'll see what happens with it on Wednesday. Next one, ticker symbol VEV, and nice little setup, or at least I like these setups here. And the setup is based around the fact that, yeah, big gap up, and at one point the price was all the way up there. But then there was indeed a pullback. And as these things pull back, when it reaches those areas, it does become a very valid question throughout there. Is this some sort of gap and trap? Is this a pump and dump? What exactly is going on here? But we got our answer. And as of now, the price has at least started to go sideways, which of course does not guarantee anything. I wish I could say that for sure. Guaranteed that just because the price goes sideways, that means the price is done going down and it'll go back up. If only trading were that easy. My point here is it becomes a lot more plausible now throughout this suggestion that, hey, it's, moved up. Yeah, it came down quite a bit, but now it's going sideways. So maybe just maybe this is the sideways movement before the move back to the upside. Again, no such thing as a guarantee. That's why risk management matters. But if you like these scenarios where you get the strong move, then you start to get some consolidation, then that definitely sits the bill there in terms of potential movements that curl back upwards. And especially if you like a penny stock, then that one definitely fits that bill there. So again, strong move up, got the pullback, consolidating out. Is this a healthy consolidation where the price is eventually going to start to work its way back upwards? Definitely keep an eye on it. Next one, PLTR. And after, showing that it was human a little bit here as it pulled back on Monday, the price once again is starting to show some bullishness. Still work that needs to be done, but certainly looking strong after the movement today. And the first, and I think the key level that a lot of people have drawn, is they're going to be putting in a resistance trend line that looks something very similar to that. And that'll definitely be the level. And let me be very clear, that's not some sort of great discovery. I'm not trying to impress you and imply that's a great skill. I got to think a lot of people have drawn that, and I say all that because when a lot of people are watching the same levels and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movements. So no guarantees, but it is valid to think that the price goes up to that level and then pushes through it, that break in and of itself could create some good, solid, bullish momentum. And then in terms of areas of support, nothing new here, assuming you watched the past videos. I've been talking about that purple line right there, the 50-period moving average. And so far, so good. The price continues to hold nicely above it. So as long as the price stays above that purple line, as far as I'm concerned, the bulls are in full control. Next one, ELWS. Absolutely beautiful pattern here. And as I just talked about, by no means am I trying to imply this is a great discovery. I think a lot of people have drawn this pattern into play. So once again, when a lot of people are watching the same patterns, wondering the same things, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want, it can produce some very dynamic movement. So there is the resistance. Let me change that to green for the support part of the pattern. And then to make this easier to see, let's just keep it all one color here. So we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the huge explosion right there. And this would be a bull pennant, bull flag, whatever you want to call it. So once again, it guarantees nothing, but certainly more than valid, especially when you factor in the last 30 minutes. Good, solid green candle. but more than valid to think that if the price can come up here and break through the top part of the pattern, that break in of itself could create additional buying pressure. So if you like stocks down below $10, you like bull flag patterns, definitely keep an eye on it. Next one, NVDA, and all in all, the grind continues, higher highs and higher lows, and that's really the name of the game, and that's essentially what it's been doing since it bottomed out here last week during the craziness, and then since then you can see that that's really the easy way. You have this consolidation, then you had some sideways consolidation, then you have this movement right here, not to insult your shape recognition abilities, but you can see that each one of these rectangles continue to get higher and higher than the previous one, and that's what it's all about. It doesn't have to be explosive upwards move, just even consolidations that happen at higher levels. That's all that is needed for a good, healthy uptrend to be built. So let's map out where some next potential areas of resistance are. And moving forward, let me just bring this down here. Next key battleground to watch, definitely going to be right up there at the $120.10 mark, which from where it's at right now, it's still certainly got plenty of leeway to eventually wiggle itself up to that area. Once it gets up to there, I think that's a relatively big question mark because, again, going back through the history of things, you can see that there is quite a bit of a track record right now of the price struggling at that area. Doesn't mean it can't break through it. I'm just saying that, I think the price is really going to have to bring quite a bit of strength to push up through there. But nonetheless, very nice movement the past few days. The price has got almost a little miniature blue sky breakout until it gets back up to 120. So that'll be the big question mark, at least in my mind. If it gets up there, can it push through it? Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering here in a couple of days. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use to sign up. Or if you're watching it right at my website, there's an area on the webpage you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one, LUMN, and overall some good solid movement. Mainly latter part of the day. I mean, you can see things really came to life here at the final portion of the day. A couple nice green candles, but the big question mark you got to think on everybody's mind is, okay, the price is approaching that purple line right there. You can see it's well within striking distance, but of course the big question being, can the price break through it? And that'll be a level where if it does break through it, then one of those almost potentially self-fulfilling prophecies where you're going to have people saying, hey, I'm a breakout player. Hey, look, that's breaking out. Oh, I'm supposed to buy. Therefore, they buy. So definitely keep a very close eye on that dynamic right there. Now, if the price does not push through it, then not totally the end of the world, and you have a pretty well-defined area of support sitting down here at, let's see, what was that? About $4.50. And that's also where the price bounced off of this morning. You can see opening 30 minutes, nice bounce off that area. So if the price were to come down here, then you can start to be thinking, okay, maybe some sort of double bottom. You have bottom one here, and then that's where the question comes into play. Will this be a secondary bottom where you get another bounce in the upwards direction? But all in all, kind of, fitting quite a few strategies. If you're a breakout player, you have that. If you like to play bounces, you also have a potential double bottom pattern if the price rolls back over. Next one, TSLA Tesla, and all in all, very, very impressive day. I mean, opening 30 minutes right there got things kind of just set up for the day, and then it continued to cruise higher and higher. So hard to find any complaints about this one today. In terms of areas of resistance, just going to squeeze things down here. Oh, here's an old line. I'll just get rid of that. But that is also where you're now going to see the next key battleground that you got to think a lot of people have noticed. So no greatest score on my part. It's all about that very well-known, very famous pink line, which on my chart is denoting, again, that 200 period moving average. So it's certainly within striking distance. Yeah, it's got a little bit more room to move, but if it does, certainly it's not impossible to break through that level, but that it is also one of those areas where it does tend to act as a very stubborn level when the price is below it as resistance, and of course, if the price were above it as an area of support. But in this situation with the price below it, I would expect it to act as a relatively stubborn area of resistance. And then on the flip side of things, as far as areas of support are concerned, if the price does pull back some, then the key level right there at 203.50 would be the ideal level. I mean, Clay, what would make this chart look the strongest, and that would be staying above 203.50. Now, if the price doesn't hold above it, not the end of the world, because you then do have that purple line right there, the 50-period moving average. But yeah, preferably speaking, if the price could stay above 203.50, that would be a best-case scenario. Next one, CMG. Quite the crazy movement on this one today. Gap down, absolutely disastrous opening 30 minutes. Price dropped all the way down there, and then all of a sudden the price came absolutely roaring back to life as it shot up there. So that'll be the big question mark moving forward. This bounce here, is this the start of something bigger? Is there genuine power behind this movement? And I have no idea, but by using charts, we can make answering that question very straightforward. And in my mind, that's where the $50 mark comes into play. Because think about that level. If the price were to come down here and then fall down below, what would that be doing to the price? That would quite literally be putting the price right back to where it started, back in this area of the chart. And not to insult your intelligence, but price movements that make really nice movements in the upwards direction and then go right back to where they started, not exactly a sign of genuine power. Whereas on the flip side, if the price comes down here, behaves like that, and that starts to curl back upwards, now all of a sudden, what do you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here, you'd have lows right there, and if you envision each of those as stair-steps, well, now you have stair-steps making progress in the upwards direction, and that's what a truly strong move is going to do. Nothing goes straight up, but they're at least going to show those signs of progress, and in this situation, the quote-unquote sign of progress is being able to stay above that $50 mark. In terms of areas of resistance, all about that pink line there, which you talked about already, and current value of the pink line is right up there. Let's just call it $52.85. So no doubt about it, nice bounce today. Is there genuine strength behind it? Let's see if it can start to show some progress. Next one, ticker symbol SBUX. And really this one is set up, in my mind, based on the last 30 minutes. Because now for some, it'll be a little disappointing because you had this pattern here form. Nice little bull pennant pattern. But then, yes, last 30 minutes right there, the price actually broke out from it. So if you do like to quote-unquote play the breakout, then yeah, this one has already left you behind. With that being said, we now get to ask a very interesting and very exciting question, and that is this the start of something even bigger? Now think about that question. That question makes no sense to ask if nothing worthwhile has happened. If there was no breakout, then it doesn't make any sense to say, hey, is this the start of something bigger? Because you'd say, is what the start? Nothing happened. But here, a breakout did happen. So yeah, this could be the start of something even bigger. Now, to be fair and keep it, realistic, maybe it's not. Maybe this is a faulty breakout. This thing just collapses. But again, that is a two-sided coin because, well, I mean, maybe it is the start of something bigger, and this thing gets ripping and roaring for the remainder of the week. Nobody knows exactly what's going to happen, but what we all do know is that a breakout has occurred. This breakout has occurred and good solid volume right there. So yeah, is this breakout the start of something even bigger? If you like these sorts of scenarios, then definitely keep an eye here on SBUX. And then the final one, same exact premise, so I'm going to go through this very, very quickly. This is ticker symbol TQQQ, but you see the exact same thing. Big move up, consolidated, and then last 30 minutes, you can see there was a little slight break of that trend line that happened there. So same exact idea. Is this the start of something even bigger? And somehow all of a sudden my volume just ended up there. Not quite sure how that occurred, but oh well. Anyways, same general idea right there. I don't want to say any more. You get the idea. The breakout has occurred. Is this breakout the start of something even bigger? Let's see what the next couple of days have to offer. I will get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders, again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. It'll be very soon, like I said, later on this week with the date of Thursday, August 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you like what you saw, like I said, definitely go get signed up. Now let's talk some Bitcoin. One quick clarification here. I am now using the 4-hour time frame, so no longer 30 minutes. So each one of these candlesticks here represents 4 hours of time. And I like to do that because Bitcoin is open 24/7, and that'll keep this video relevant for as long as possible. But overall, Bitcoin had itself a good, solid past chunk of time since the last time I did a video on it. And the first question remains the same that I've been saying to ask yourself. So let's just assume you're watching this video 20 hours after I upload it. Question number one you need to ask yourself is, where is the price at relative to, let's just call it 62,800, which is the value of that pink line right there, the 200 period moving average. In any way, shape, or form, if you're answering that question that the price is up above that level, things are going very, very well. How well? Well, that's where common sense comes into play. If it's just a little bit above that area, things are still going well. If the price is well above that area, so it's at, 65,000, well, that's just telling you that Bitcoin has gone and is even that much stronger. But like I said, any questions at all being answered that the price is above that level, that is definitely a very good thing. Now, if you're saying, well, actually, Clay, the price is down below that area, that's fine. Next question becomes, okay, well, where's the price at relative to that purple line right there, current value, let's just call it 58,750. If you're saying, well, actually, Clay, the price is still above there, so in other words, price is down below that area, but it is up above the purple line, then all you'd have, single word there would just be consolidation. That would just be a nice little healthy consolidation phase, nothing to worry about at all. Now, if you're saying, actually, Clay, the price is down below that area, next immediate question becomes, okay, well, where's the price at relative to this area down here at 54,600. If you're answering the question that the price is down below there, then I'm still not going to say the chart's ruined, but things are starting to look a little bit sketchy. Now, I'd be very surprised if you were answering it that way, but if you happen to be answering the price that way, that it's down below that green line, that would not be a good thing. But I think the more likely thing is you're probably either answering the prices up above that pink line, or the price just still chopping between those two moving averages there. And as I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader to definitely get signed up for this free live class, because what you're learning about can and certainly should be used within the world of crypto and Bitcoin. So again, it'll be in a couple of days, Thursday, August 15th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So definitely go get signed up. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, please do a couple things for me. Hit that like button, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you traded today. Give me your watch list for tomorrow. Or if you have a request for me to do an analysis on one of your positions, go ahead and comment down below, and I'll do my best to get to that in a future top 10 video. So thanks for watching. Go get signed up for that free training. Take care.